Let's discuss weapons and gear for fighting demons, molemen, spooks, and mutants underground. Whether you're exploring or looking for sweet loot, you gotta be prepared. SCP is for dorks. Close the exits and use fire. Why fight mole people in caves? Yeah, I'm with this as an experiment. Map an area out, then nukes, chemical, nerve gas, maybe even bio, then maybe clean out. Look up what the Rangers are doing. They have a massive underground training complexes and tactics for such things for the Bugmen. Army spending $500 million to train troops to fight underground. Without designing anything custom, the ideal gun is an integrally suppressed 300 blackout bullpup with a bayonet somehow attached. Not anything I'd pick normally, but fuck firing unsuppressed underground. I've done it exactly once, never again. Fuck going down to a pistol caliber when facing demons and shit. 300 caliber probably won't be enough, but it's more likely to work than a 9mm. 300 is a half decent sub and supersonic. Fuck losing barrel length against said demons. Fuck trying to maneuver in tight tunnels with a full-length rifle. Bayonet because close quarters and again demons. Prove me wrong, faggots. Shack 12. I considered it. It wouldn't be a bad option as a specialty weapon for when you need the extra oomph. But the issue is the ammo weight and bulk. It's 35% longer and 25% wider than 7.62 by 51. Pick related is a 10 round mag for 12.7 by 55. It's also not the shortest rifle when suppressed. Shack 12. I want to have the Yakuza force Shinto priestesses to bless their Tokarevs to deal with demons. How else will you protect your gambling and idol addicted clients? Well, obviously the SKS. With its holy bayonet and only the best ammo you can find in the trailer park, all with a flashlight duct taped to the side. If they do 20 round drums for the Shack 12, I would have that be a GMPG equivalent to put down big beasties, and probably the OTS-14-4A-02 or something using the 9x39mm cartridge, assuming there are no restrictions on equipment and expenses. There is no reason to fight mutants or demons with small arms and SUT. Fucking around with bio or chemo? My nigga, white phosphorus will burn or choke anything in there to death and will minimize risk to the unit. Heavy infantry in full armor because of the lack of cover. 12.7-inch full auto capable AR shotguns loaded with 20 round mags with silver shot for spooks and demons. Normal double aught buck for mutants. They all sing Gregorian chants as they advance down the spooky tunnels. Their armor has spells and wards in the Greek alphabet. So, Grey Knights, because you're basically describing a modern version of the Grey Knights. White phosphorus. Sorry, the Molemen may have hostages in there. The brass won't allow it. Shack 12 has duplex cartridges too, even more suitable for this. A special mixture of 2 parts diesel oil and 1 part gasoline was mixed and then pumped into the tanks. The mixture of oil and gas, 2,400 gallons of it, was then pumped in the pits. Tracer bullets were fired and set fire to the pits. Only charred Japs were found when the flames died down. Just burn the city. Yeah, a trench shotgun is your best bet. You've got a bayonet to keep the Griblies at arm's length, which could be engraved with prayers and silver plated for good measure. And since it's a pump action, you can load exotic ammo without worrying about jams. I'd recommend altering Dragon's Breath incendiary shells and double-aught buck shells loaded with a mix of iron and silver shot. Interesting. You got the wheels turning. I wonder if Bill's bendy bayonets might be useful after all. Wrong. Embrace G-Watt. This is so based. Pair the KAC broomstick is just perfect. Unfortunately, I don't have an A2FH. Fighting fake creatures. Obviously, you need a fake gun. Bolt Metal Storm to one of those shitty wire EOD drones. Drop it and clear them tunnel by tunnel. Create kill tunnels and bait them with meat or Molemen porn. Then let the drones loose. Take the corner shot and instead of slapping a stuffed cat on it, cover the gun in whatever they like most. I like this idea. Maybe we could use politicians as a bait too. Firing guns in underground tunnels. Firing guns in underground tunnels when you have NVDs on. Let's discuss NVDs, hearing and vision protection first. This is why 50 cal air guns would be the weapon of choice. And are you familiar with why coal mines sometimes blew up? You'd get pockets of coal gas, natural gas which would detonate when exposed to a flame, such as a candle. This would kill anyone in the vicinity and usually collapse the tunnel. It could also collapse adjacent tunnels. Are you also familiar with medieval sieges, where they would tunnel under a wall and then detonate explosives and burn down the tunnel, causing it to collapse? The subsidence would then collapse the wall above. Now, take both of these and apply them to modern cities. Sewers contain something called sewer gas, which can and will blow up on contact with flames. It has in fact been set off by hot asphalt on occasion. Set this off and you manage to effectively blow up the sewers, which causes subsidence and collapses the buildings beneath the stretch of sewers. We also have things called gas lines. These are underground. These can and will blow up if exposed to extreme temperatures. These are, however, usually relatively close to the surface. However, if you collapse the sewers and buildings subside, then these will break and become exposed. If they subsequently ignite, likely, then you have collapsed buildings and you also set the city on fire. We have the water mains and underground reservoirs and paved over streams plus rivers. When you expose water to extreme heat, it evaporates and forms a gas. This expands and takes up more space than the liquid. You have created a steam explosion. This will elapse the reservoir, causing subsidence or a minor earthquake, as well as losing you the reservoir. If a stream/river, then they usually aren't that far down and there are usually coverings, but these will be blown off and hurt anything which happens to be over them, as well as damage anything above the line of it, depending on the pressure. And finally, we have underground rail transport, which has attending underground electric networks if your tunnels somehow connect to these. Yeah, but that will kill the Molemen demons Vietnamese, so I think it's a win in my book. You will legit get murdered by some pissed off ordinary person who lost their house and family because a schizo set fire to the city and collapsed their house. I was working under the assumption that I will die in the explosion. If metal storm and bullets don't work, embrace the past. A phalanx is weak from the sides and rear. A tunnel is nice and enclosed with little chance for flanking or breaking the formation. That's actually a pretty good idea. If you don't want to LARP as a Greek or use machine gun drones, then I guess thick armor and a fat machine gun works too. Maybe give it a nice little backpack with a funky belt condom like autocannons, have so it doesn't jam or get twisted. MG42